Welcome to Message Reveal. Message Reveal identifies a vibe, a message, or a story told through lyrics of a song. And we have a special episode. I know you guys were like, we, you guys, you know how I rock. My brother has to be on for my 100th episode. Yes. Oh, it was working here. But before I get started, let me at least tell you guys, my brother, Mr. Aaron Foster, I call him Cone. You guys, please welcome him. I'm not going to introduce him because you know who he is, but I'm going to let him tell you things about him, and he's going to share with me, and we're going to encourage each other, and we're going to talk about this journey of 100 episodes. So welcome, my brother.
Thank you for having me, sis. How you doing?
I am doing wonderful now that I see you.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's a boomerang. Likewise.
I appreciate it. I just want to dive in and talk about doing anything consistently 100 times.
Yes, indeed. In which you have and are doing. Yes. Congratulations on the 100th episode. It started a little over 2 years ago. Your first episode was Big Keith, in the Bullet Busters. And it's funny, that's a brother that's steeped in this community. And I've seen him more in the airport in Atlanta than I have out here in Vegas, because this program is not only local, but is national. You know what I mean? From that one first episode, you've had everything from preachers, like Brother West. You've had, singers, like Onk. You've had, the Toya gospel singers. You've had judges. You've had, politicians in the second season. Your 50th episode, Brother Torrin, Derek of the Gospel Brunch. That was your midway point. You know what I mean? And just all the other people you've had. You've had, what's it called? The women who help people give birth. The midwives,
doulas and midwives.
Doulas and midwives. You've had authors. You've had people in the community that's been up and gone down. You have people that's been down and gone up. You've had comedians. You've had teachers. You've had everybody in between. So like the boys from Arrested Development say, you have really had everyday people on your show, and I'm honored and it's a pleasure to be one of those everyday people with my sister that I've since I was up 12, 13 years old. All love, baby, all love.
Oh, thank you. That was so sweet. And I love how you kind of went through the episodes and talking about the many people that I have interviewed. One of mine that I want to say that really stands out, and I was really blessed that she said yes, is our current, well, it's not in the city of North Las Vegas mayor, which is the first Black mayor in 175 years. For the city of North Las Vegas. And I just thought it was a wonderful opportunity. She was open, and I just really enjoyed that episode, not just because she was the mayor, but because she was humble, and she was originally a music teacher. So fun facts, after I did the interview and I kind of sent it to a couple of people because I was super proud that I had the opportunity to interview her, come to find out that she was my nephew music teacher. And not only was she my nephew music teacher, he said she was his fave.
Yeah. Is this the nephew that's also a singer in his
Yes.
Own? Yes. Mr. International himself.
Yes. So it just goes to show that we are all, as you always say, we are all connected more than we really realize. So.
Yes, we are. And your platform is one that is definitely an intersection to that connection.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. So, let's talk about just a little bit about the journey.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the episodes, but I just want to talk about the code that I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
And the code is consistency no matter what. Because when I look over this time frame, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 deaths.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I've had multiple challenges.
Mm-hmm.
I even had one time where I was saying, forget this, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm be honest. I was like, I'm done. It is what it is. But it is something in the code
Mm-hmm.
when you keep going. And each time you keep going, you get a new version of the new code. My perspective.
Well, I'll dig even a little deeper with that. On the spiritual level, um, the good Lord, the word says obedience is better than sacrifice. And when you're obedient to your calling, it consistency is the hardest thing to do,
Whew.
but it will become the most rewarding thing to do because you're in your purpose and you're in your calling. And every trial is your opportunity to get closer to your creator and closer to that mission for him to and strengthen you in every death, every sickness, every delay at the job, every car won't start, every low on fund,
Come
every
on, preach, preach.
all of that will all just be like, I'm trying to show you, just be obedient. I'm going to throw these wrenches in, but it's just to fortify you for what's to come. And sister, you got a whole lot coming to you, baby. A whole lot coming. I'm just excited to be around to see it and watch and learn from it.
You're so sweet, but you're absolutely right. It you do have those challenges where the car won't start. I mean, nobody knows the backstories like maybe you may know it,
Right.
but to the audience, they don't know the backstory or the things you had to scramble at the last minute to do, but you still force yourself to do. I had a friend of mine say to me, she was like, "You're not getting paid,
Mhm.
and you're still doing this consistency." She was like, it gotta be your passion. It
Yeah.
gotta be.
Passion and purpose. Because see, passions fade, but purpose is forever. You see what I'm saying? So, you can do this for you could have did a season one and been like, all right, I did it, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Bucket list checked and moved on about your way. But, your creator, the spirit, the Lord, Yahweh, Jesus, whoever everybody want to be to, that's the funny thing, sis. You are a representation of all of us. That is all of our struggles. That's all of our testimony. We all going through something in life where God has called us to do something, or there's a passion to do something. And the question is, can we be obedient to it? Can we be consistent in it?
Hmm.
Thrive in the face of all the things that try to halt us from it. And you are a living example of what it looks like, you know what I mean, to do it with grace, with beauty, with style, you know what I'm saying, with humility, you know what I mean, and just people connecting with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got it going on, sis. You are. Seriously, I'm not trying to just, blow your horn because we're on this platform. It's just like you call me in private and tell me things for me. I'm letting it know in public right now the things for you, like how I feel about you. I've told you in private some things, but I'm not shy about it. You know what I'm saying? This is that you deserve this. The time is at hand for you to get your flowers as well as anybody else.
I appreciate it. You give me teary eyed over here because, again, you may know some of the challenges. There's some challenges I don't know, but
Mm,
also just to give you, you have been so supportive
mm-hmm,
from day one when we met in Best Buy, and I was like, "Hey, would you?" And you're like, "Absolutely.
mm-hmm,
Send me what you have already."
right.
And it's just been wonderful. And I said at the very beginning, the first time I interviewed you, I said, you're going to be on every season. And so far, you
Rub your
have you've been on every season, okay? They said the power of the tongue has life and death.
Hey, and as long as I have breath, it won't stop either. You know what I mean? I'm a supportive, it's a reflective thing. If you want support, you have to find time to give support. And we as people need to understand that, when somebody's trying to do something positive or somebody's trying to move a needle with something and do something that is a passion and a purpose of it, you know what I mean? It behooves all of us to, take stock and be like, you know what are my passions? What are my purposes? What I want somebody to support me. Do I love this person? Do I care for this person? Even if it's not a matter of love and care, it's just a matter of support. Like, we are people. We should want the best for one another. And I absolutely want the best for you. So it's a no brainer, sis. I don't care. I can sick and all, sick and all. I'm on deck, sick and all. What?
I appreciate that, and I'm glad you said something because from day one, when I go out to events and I see vendors, I always pick one vendor to at least spend some money with.
Yeah.
Same thing with being a friend. How can you be a friend if you don't put any time and interest and support in it? So what you're saying is top of the line. I agree with you 100%, but I want to piggyback and just turn the tables. And you said something, and I feel like this is a great way to segue in. You said sick or not. So can you tell me a little bit about your challenges? And the reason why I'm saying this because somebody, I have an invisible pew. I ain't forgot about them.
Uh-huh.
Those are the ones that we're speaking to their spirit today, tomorrow, or next week.
Okay.
So going back to what I said originally, I understand that you get sick sometime. I don't want to tell your story, so if you can give us a little bit about what your challenges are and what you're celebrating with that.
Well, part of the reason why I'm wearing, a red bow tie, a red flower on my lapel is this month is National Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And I myself have sickle cell and deal with the issues of sickle cell. It is a bloodborne genetic disease that affect a large population of minorities, but it does affect Caucasian, Spanish, some Indians, but largely and mainly those of the African diaspora.
Can
Um,
I can I put a pause button on real fast? I just learned. I thought it was just us that it
well,
affect.
well, considering we are the genetic code of every other race and nationality in this world,
Yes.
course it's kind of like a biblical thing where you've heard maybe some gospel said nothing. I know it was the blood, or the blood will never lose its power. Because
Yes.
of the original people, our blood will never lose its power. You can try to run, escape your pigmentation, your traits may deviate, but what's in the blood can have a way of staying in the blood at times. And that's one thing. I had a wonderful hematologist, Dr. Gilbert Nyamuswa, that traced my particular sickle cell gene back to the village in Ghana where sickle cell actually came from. And he showed me on a map the village, and he was like, everybody with your sickle cell gene come from this side of Ghana, from this river, and said that's where it originated because people with sickle cell are immune to getting things like malaria. Um,
Oh,
yeah, it's just it's a weird code. You can't get malaria, but people with malaria can't get sickle cell. So it's just like an individual like stamp in our blood that poses a challenge for us when it comes to generating the proteins that make healthy red blood cells. And sickling means they form like a C. So if you have thin veins or your blood doesn't carry oxygen, it makes it difficult on the organs, on your circulatory system and things like that. But yeah, I'm wearing the red for that. My boy Truman Hopkins of Immaculate Pieces is having a golf tournament today. Sadly, I won't be able to participate in it, but he's one of my EAG brothers, and just his brother passed away from sickle cell. So
mm,
it's just it affects a lot of different people in different areas. A lot of people don't talk about it. I don't really talk about it. This was the first time publicly I'm really sharing my medical aspect of my life. Because once again, purpose, like you said, purpose and God's will. You know what I mean? The time is not. Who knows what tomorrow may bring? So we better talk about it. We better inspire now. We better do it now because tomorrow ain't promised to us. So you
say
know,
that.
out to everybody that's caring for somebody with an illness, with a sickness, whether it's a cancer, or just anything, Alzheimer's, like parents or all the caregivers that have somebody that they love that's dealing with something that they are affected with. Shouts out to y'all today too, because this is a universal thing.
Yes, yes. Well, first of all, thank you for being open on my platform to share that. And I believe we'll have many other opportunities to talk about it. I have a good girlfriend. Her husband, which is, or her, now that she's passed,
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Murray,
Uh-huh.
his ex-wife,
Uh-huh.
or former wife, LaQuinta.
Uh-huh.
She passed due to sickle cell complications.
Yes.
So this is something that I believe that we will have another opportunity to talk about.
Yes, and Dwayne is actually one of my EA brothers as well. He's a current member of Kappa Alpha Psi, but he went through the Kappa League with myself and Truman and the other brothers who are part of the EAG. So once again, the threads are all up and through it. You know what I mean? But yes, he suffered a great loss in his wife, and that speaks to the point of care, getting adequate care, people not understanding the condition. You know, there's been a lot of different breakthroughs and research on this particular subject of sickle cell. A lot of gene therapy is going on, but yet there's still no long-term things that show, like with this new stuff, how it's being effective. So there is some progress, but not quite where it could be, need to be. And those who are suffering that are in the hospitals, they're fighting to have their voices heard. They're fighting to have their concerns met. And it's very rare that you find a doctor that has any experience, knowledge, or information on this or any other thing. So unfortunately, she had to go through that, and he had to endure that. But blessings to LaQuinta and her life, and Dwayne and his daughter, who
Yes.
that was left behind at that time. And once again, everybody that's had somebody, you know what I mean. There's a lot of people you probably don't know that's dealing with something. So be empathetic. You never know who dealing with what in this world.
Yeah, that's real talk. And we send love and high elevated energy to you and anybody else, whether they're dealing with sickle cell or any medical or any, not just medical, mental needs or anything that they have a challenge with. We
Mhm.
send love out to them.
Absolutely, and if I'd be remiss by not mentioning this, but just being transparent again, I'm currently in therapy with a psychiatrist and a therapist. For pain management and just for my emotions, for the things that you go through. Dealing with spouses, dealing with kids, dealing with family, dealing with friends, dealing with work or business things. Like when you have an ailment, things can be overwhelming. And sometimes, I'm one that believes in the word. I'll read my Bible in the midnight hour, the midday hour, whatever hour, to get my strength. But sometimes you need some practical tools to help you with it, if you're not in the word, or even if you are in the word. They say the person that knows something knows they know nothing at all.
Huss.
So with that, don't think that you know it all and can do it all when you can actually, get some help. That's one of the best investments I think I've made in my recent history is, paying the copay and getting myself together to get some help with my psychiatrist and therapist. So, if you need help, y'all go get it.
I love it. I love that you are representing for many men that don't have a voice. And I send the energy of you being a catalyst to make somebody go, okay, if he can do it, I can do it. So thank you for sharing that. And we're going to get on this train or boat. Either way, both of them I love, and
Uh-huh.
we're gonna trans yes two or the boat, the water is
Uh-huh.
just calming and you can move
Uh,
and glide.
uh-huh.
And I say all of that, let's talk about my third season,
Uh-huh.
and the theme for my third season is
It is discovering you. Who are you? What makes you who you are, and uniquely what you are and who you are. Um, and it's such a good progression for you, sis, because every season it has led up to discovering of something. And in this instance, it's like a heightened area of self focus, not just the external focuses, but the self focus. So, kudos to you for having this concept of people, really deep diving into themselves and like, who are you?
yeah,
Who are we?
yes. um Discovering you has to be, for me, the first line of defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't know who you are, now you get led by your nose.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not working on discovering who you are, because it's layers to it, you're not going to always know everything. But I want everyone, and this applies to me first, to constantly be working with yourself to elevate yourself and
Mhm.
to take time for yourself. I was just thinking this morning as I was playing my theme song, and we'll get to that, how you can be in different spaces. And I thought about my children when they were little. They needed more of me. You feeding them food, you're giving them a bath, you're helping them with their homework, you're helping them get dressed, you're giving them directions, guidance, discipline, all those things. And the season I'm at now, they're 17 and 15, and they're independent. They know how to wash, they know how to clean, they know how to cook. Even recently, I sent them into the grocery store. I was like, hey, get this, 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 this. And if you don't come out with the right thing, you're going back in to get the correct thing. They came and got everything. I'm like, how do you guys know? They were like, Mom,
Yeah.
you have us to put the groceries up. We know what you get. So
Right.
I use them as an example as you evolve and change. Your priorities will change, but
Mhm.
you still have to discover you at
Mhm.
all levels.
Yes. Once again, bringing it back to the word, it says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." So when you don't seek knowledge or the information of who you are, what you are, and once again, bring it all back to what you're doing, your purposes and your missions and God's will for you, then you would begin to let this world sway you. You know what I mean? Anything could take you off your pivot, anything can distract you. And once again, it says, greater is he that is in you than that is in the world. So if you're discovering yourself, you're really discovering the God or goddess that is
Woo!
in you and who you are. And then your abilities become more upfront versus hidden within and deep in the pits of your subconsciousness. And now they become conscious. And, now we can get to work on some things. So absolutely, sis, this is all spiritual universal for me.
Yes, I love that you even put that in. And for my women, I'm shouting out to my women.
Mm-hmm.
Learn what your boundaries are.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you have your boundaries, you're not going to let anybody penetrate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will you have challenges? Absolutely. But learn what your boundaries are. This starts from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, you will always be floating out in the midst of nowhere.
Yeah, that works for the men too. That's for everybody. Uh, that's one of the things therapists really try to hone in on is, do you have boundaries? Do you set boundaries? Do you make boundaries? And if you don't, then maybe focus on those things. You know what I mean? The self-reflective part, but that's part of discovering you. You know what I mean? What are the things that irritate you? What are the things that make you happy? What are the things that make you sad? What are the things that make you thrive? What inspires you? What gives you pause? All of those things are part of self-discovery. For now, when you start walking in those things, those that are opposite of those things, you say, okay, at least if not, I say it's just about um, reflectiveness. Discovery is about reflectiveness. And a lot of people have a lot of hard times with a lot of different things, and it's just a matter of question it, question everything, question why you are the way you are, question what makes you believe what you believe. Give yourself room to learn, give yourself
Yes.
room to pivot and discover, like, this really is who I am, or I thought I was this way because my mama made me this way, or my daddy made me this way. It's like believing in, like, church in itself. Like, some of us were raised in church and it really ain't who we are or what we are, but we so beholden by it, we never stop to say, why do we believe this? Why do we have a relationship with, dressing up on Sundays, or eating soul food on the weekends, or or going and only washing our clothes on Fridays because we can't do, why do we believe the things that we believe in? And discover yourself with it.
Yes, I love that. I couldn't have said it any better. Thank you for really just tapping in deeper and giving a perspective. And you're right, it includes the men too. I
Yeah.
just, and I've said this on my platform many times with you and I. having a conversation. I'm not for, they're like, oh, it's just only women or only men. I do have a special place for women because we have sacrificed and given so much, and sometimes people have taken for granted. But that's also because we haven't discovered who we are. So when you don't discover who you are, you allow these people to come, whether it's men, women, children, or people in the workplace, to encroach on your boundaries. Again, going to that. But I digress. I don't want to go too deep into that. That'll be another conversation. But let's talk about theme music.
Okay, let's do that. But real quick, let me go back to what you said about the women.
Yes.
Mary McLeod Bethune says a race must be judged by the character and the content of its woman.
Mm,
That was a quote by Mary McLeod Bethune. The women
mm.
are the background and the base of what any nation, any race is built upon. When the women are strong, the community are strong. When
Yes.
women are suffering, the community are suffering. So we have to look at every community and say, like, how are their women being, judged, being upheld, being those things, and we have to be reflective. And once again, that's accountability not only to the women and knowing and discovering yourself, but to the man of recognizing the value, beauty, and the worth of our women as well. And not in a perfect, harmonious relationship in all instances, but just an acknowledgement of do no harm to our sisters, fella.
Come. Wait a minute. You got to say that again. This coming from another black man. Can you please let me do it? Can you please say that again, brother?
Do no harm as best. I'll emphasize as best as you can, because I understand there's no one perfect, and a lot of us are dealing with issues that have affected us that we have no idea where they stem from and come from. That's why mental health is very important in the discovering you. But in all things, even if you're imperfect, that means you still can have a conscience to look at a situation and try not to do any harm with it. Don't try to destroy ourselves, our women, our children. And I'll leave it at that.
I love it. That gives a pew pew pew. I love that, and I love that you said it from your mouth, being a male, and I said what I say from a woman perspective. And collectively, we can put it in the plate, the bowl, whatever you want to say, and we can stir it up and we can have high elevation, because at the end of the day, you are a reflection of me, I'm a reflection of you. And if we look at it from their perspective, we'll always have respect for each other.
Right. And even if that respect fails, we can pick each other up in it and be like, I'm not judging you, brother. I'm not judging you, sister. But this is what your actions are affecting, and being aware and conscious of it to try to do better or build on it to make things better.
Yes, I agree. I agree. So let's talk about theme music with the 100
Yes,
episodes.
indeed.
I was like, "Ugh, should I call my brother? Should I not? Should I call my brother? Should I not?" And he has told me personally, just call me, sis, or text me. So I asked him would he come on. Of course, that's why he's here. And we talked about theme music. Theme music has gotten me to the next level. Now, let me tell you the difference from my perspective, what theme music is. Theme music is not necessarily something that you just play over and over again. It has a connection, it has a vibration, it has a frequency that every time you play this particular song, you hear something, or it keeps your frequency high. For example, years ago, a young man, he came to me. He was like, I need your advice. I want to apply for this job. I was like, do it. He was like, but I don't know if I get it. I don't know what to do. I said, listen, I'm going to give you something. And I said, this is truly from my perspective. But if you believe it's true, I need you to operate in it. So he goes, okay. I said, what's your favorite song? Now, keep in mind, this was way before I'm doing this podcast. He was like, my favorite song is Ice Cube, Today Was a Good Day. I said, okay. After you fill the application out, I need you to go get in your car by yourself, and I need you to ride down the street in the favorite time of your day. and I need you to play that song. And as you're playing that song, I need you to believe and know and see yourself talking in the interview and them shaking your hand saying you got the job like that.
Mm.
He was like, okay, okay, I'm gonna do it. I said, okay. I said, now seriously, I said, this is your song, not my song, even though I love that song. This is your song. He said, okay. 2 weeks later, he ran in. He was like, I got the job. I
Yeah.
said, see what you did for yourself? I said, theme music will do it all the time. So I say all that to say, to throw to you, what is your perspective from theme music?
Well, you've pretty much hit it. Theme music is music that is representation of the things that connect to you. The things, like you said, that resonate with you, the things that when you put it on, you find parts of yourself in it. And not only do you find parts of yourself in it, it speaks for you when you can't speak for yourself a lot.
Ooh, wait. That's another pause moment, sir. Because I need somebody in the invisible pew to hear that again. You say it speaks.
For you when you can't speak for yourself at times. Some of us are, very, meek and, timid of things. And a theme song can be something that brings out that warrior and that charge out of you. Some of us are always on 10 and involved in so many things. And our theme music are things that balance us and puts us down to the calm of ourselves. You know what I mean? There's some things that identify with your heritage or your history that represents you. Some of the things represent where you want to be in life, as far as theme music. Theme music can be fluid. And it doesn't have to always be the one. If you're blessed enough to find a song that carries you through life and represent yourself, you're lucky, because there's so much music out there, and you're not doing yourself a service by not listening to as much music as you possibly can when you can. Uh,
Yes.
various types of music. I'm a concert goer. We was just at a concert a few weeks ago, and some of the things that they sung about, like a love song, for example. It may not be like exactly your song, but then you may be going through a situation where that song speaks everything about how you feel or what you're going through, and it can
Yes.
through that moment to give you strength or give you perspective or anything like that. So yeah, theme music is self-identifying.
Yes, yes. And you know what popped in my head as you talked about the concert we were at? Remember the song? I hadn't heard it in forever. Good life, good life, good life, good life in the good life,
Yeah.
good life.
Uh-huh.
I love that when
Yeah.
I was like, I forgot all about that song.
Yeah. Tech is that would be considered a techno song. Uh,
Yes,
Day. You know what I mean? But yeah, it had the hip hop element to it, and it was played on black radio. So yeah, they really did a really good rendition of that, and the la da dee la da dee la da da. Like they took some bangers and like made it their own, getting the crowd involved in that show, and that was Zoe and the Tall Black Guy show.
yes. Let's shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, you're right. They did break that down. I love that because it talked about she's homeless. They never know she's homeless. She talked about how she puts on her makeup
Huh? Mm-hmm.
every day,
Yeah.
but
Huh.
she's homeless. And it really made you think, wait a minute, we're thinking one thing, but it was, to me, it was the forward facing, but the behind the scenes information. So theme songs, oh my gosh, they're just so powerful. And one thing I want to mention about theme songs, it can be in seasons. And seasons are not necessarily our 4 seasons. I'm talking about your season because your season can be 3 years. You're in this perspective of looking at things until you go to your next season. So theme songs can encirculate our life in many levels and benefit us. It's free, it's fun, it has high frequency if you pick the right one for the right thing. And I think you can't go wrong with a theme song. So before my brother and I share our theme songs, I would encourage everyone, and I'll keep reminding you and keep reminding you, we want the first 100 people to put their theme song in the description box. And if you like, you can just put the song, but if you like, put why you chose that particular song.
Absolutely, absolutely. Everybody has one, and don't be afraid of it, because I know a lot of women who are corporate women, who are church going women and very astute, but their theme song would be Glorilla. I ain't got no, you know what I mean?
Say that.
So be proud of that. You know what I mean? That is your alter ego when you can't, once again, when you can't speak for yourself and feel like somebody underestimating like how you can really be and get down. Sometimes that's our theme music. It can be the polar opposite of the who's and what's we are, because it's a part of us. Is the dichotomy of being, uh, just in different fluid spaces, like you said.
Yes, brother, that was so on point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so on point you don't even realize. So somebody that was formerly my manager at work or whatever, she is a lady on top of a lady on top of lady. But when I say thug passion underneath and the music that she listened to, I was like, no wonder you get the stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Because the energy of what she play and what she like, people will be like, oh my God, I need to clutch my pearls.
Right.
But guess what? It resonates with her and she is who she is
Right.
because of that.
Right. And what that's the gift of music, to allow us once again to think. Because it may, in a community wise, you may not want your child listening to it or vibrate on that frequency, but it can also be used for good, to give you that charge, to give you that extra confidence, and allow you to have that extra, like, where you think you couldn't do it, now I can do it. That confidence booster.
Yeah.
And people can judge, people can, say like this is that, and which I understand. I'm one of those people to a degree too. I analyze, I don't criticize, I analyze, and observe. Because I'm not gonna lie, I just listened to Glorilla for the first time last week, and I listened to it all the way through, and I was like, this girl is actually something else.
Huh.
And I'm like, just the truth in her artistry, and how she is. Even if I wouldn't want my niece or my daughter to be in that vein, I respect it, because it can bring somebody to their own self discovery, to be like, hey, I'm more than just this, or whatever the case may be. It's just, we can use anything negative to positive, and something
And that's
doesn't.
called alchemy.
Yes.
You turn anything to the next level. And we've done that with the word in word. We've done that with slang. We have done that in so many lanes and levels. And this is just an example.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So because you are my guest
Hmm.
and because I love you so,
Hmm.
I'm gonna let you start. We both have three theme songs that we would like to share with you guys to encourage you to share with us. And I would like my brother to go first with his theme song and tell us a little bit about why you chose it and what resonates with you.
Well, I'm normally a gentleman and believe in, ladies first, you know. But you being the host, if you're giving the deference to myself, then I will yield to you, Queen. And I will say that when I did the first season with you, I was very fortunate to know and understand the assignment, and I gave like my all-time theme song, which is Umi Says, which is the Mighty Most Def at the time, and Yassine Bey. But I'm going to go off of that because we already did that in first season. So one of the songs I'll just say right now that has been resonating with me, and once again blending the theme of why I'm dressed the way that I'm dressed and the colors that I'm wearing. It's a song by the illustrious hip hop group De La Soul. The song came out. The album came out in 1996. The album is called Stakes is High, and the song is called Stakes is High. It was produced by a brother Yancey. Most will know him as Jay Dilla. Jay
Okay.
Jay Dilla was suffering with his own health issues with lupus, I do believe what it is. And one of the coolest verses in the song by Dave, who recently passed as well from congenital heart failure. Plug Two, his name in De La Soul was True Boy, which he gave an interview and said that his favorite thing to eat was yogurt. So he spelled yogurt backwards, and that's why it's True Boy. But Plug Two, the song is called Stakes is High, and the song is basically about you taking a reflective look in yourself and in the culture, what's happening to us in our community and as a people, and why the stakes are high. Like we have so much that we are not gaining, so much that we are losing, so much that are that's being destructive to us, and it's because we are not paying attention to our essence and our creators and the things that have taken us off of our collective community pivot, and the things that we've given credence to that are opposite of our nature. um and so that song Stakes is High, De La Soul, if you haven't heard it, I encourage you to listen to it. And if you already know it, go back and listen to it again with intent and purpose. And you'll see one of the reasons why that's one of my theme songs. The Stakes is High. Person dealing with sickle cell, like I said, I don't know what tomorrow may bring. So I identify that the stakes is high. Every day that I can do something, I want to do it because I don't know if I'm going to have this chance and opportunity again. So the stakes are high to me. I identify.
Wow, I love that. I love how you brought that full circle too. You was like, "Hey, this is why." That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like, your theme song is always going to have a powerful message behind it, and it'll connect you. So, I always say, what comes from the heart penetrates the heart, and because of your trueness and your connection with it, it will connect with someone else.
Absolute. Absolute. Now, what's yours, sis? What's one of yours?
Whoo, whoo. When I tell you I can play this 100 times. So just to give some background reference, I think it was 2013 the first time I heard this song, and I just loved it, and it became my theme song. So fast forward, last weekend, I was invited to a retreat. This is my second year, and it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So on Sunday, they kind of have the atmosphere where you can do your own private worship, or you can sit and talk, just elevate whether you believe in God or not, but just that high elevation. So we're sitting, and I hear the song in the background. This is my season
Mm.
for grace, for favor. This is my season, whew,
To reap what?
to reap what
Mm.
I have sown. Okay, I heard that. I said, oh, that's my song. It got me through. And the lady that was sitting across from me, she said, no, that was my song. And I
Mm.
said, I can play this song 100 times. And she said, I played it 200 times. And we're going back and forth. And you can hear in the background, he said, I haven't been perfect, huh? But I sure been faithful. I
Yeah.
said, come on. And then he's like, I've got a seed in
Mm.
the ground. He said, no more stressing. I mean, that song
I've got
can
a
go.
seed in the ground. Yeah.
And think about it. When you have a dream and you're getting through and you're going through steps, that seed represents, you can't see it
Mm-hmm.
at all,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to be faithful that it's going to come through. And what have you sown into that seed? It's a lot of people that be complaining, I didn't get this and I get that, but what have you sown into that seed? What have you did? What have you breathed into that seed? And be faithful that even though you cannot see it,
Mm-hmm.
it is still growing and
Mm-hmm.
it's still working for your good.
Right.
So the song is by Bishop William Murphy, and it's called It's Working. And obviously you know the song as well. And this morning I played it over and over and over and over again as I was taking a shower. And it seems like every time I play it,
Mm-hmm.
I hear something else that I did not hear before. And keep in mind, I didn't play it 100 times. So that song will always work for my good, especially if I'm in the waiting stage, especially if I'm in a stage where I'm like, I'm stressing, because sometimes we all stress. I try not to, but every once in a while we stress, and it says, no more stressing. Just a beautiful song. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'll get to my second one then, in line to your theme of this is my season of grace and favor. Um, One of my other theme songs is people will most people don't know this, but when Snoop's mother passed, he created a gospel album. And that gospel album, Snoop had a lot of prominent gospel singers on that album to give ode to his brother, who gave him the spirit of the Lord and his faith when he was growing up. And on that album, it came out in 2018. It's a song called New Wave, and it's sung by a guy named Molly Music. Um, and it's saying like a change for the better. I'm reading a letter. There's love on the pages. There's love for the ages, meaning what his word is. Right, wrong, same song. Your grace still sufficient. No shame, we admit it. Your way is a higher way. Send a new wave. Do a new thing. We wait on you.
Mm.
And it's a song that it makes me emotional. It gives me purpose. It does a lot for me. I'm getting choked up even just
I love it.
is a beautiful song. So if you haven't heard it, I'm pretty sure it will connect to a lot of people.
Yes.
Yep, Molly,
Yes.
2018. Snoop, once again, somebody who is known for not having the most spiritual of lyrics, can do something like that and put out music that can touch a whole nother genre of people, you know what I mean, and bring them into their light. So shout out to you, Snoop. Shout out to you, Molly Music.
Yes. I love that you said that because what the Spirit gave me, we can love someone that did something really horrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing. Someone that you may not resonate with his music on one level, but something he's put out can totally elevate you to the next level. But
Mm-hmm.
so I look at it like that. And Molly Music, he is super creative, super talented. I love his fashion sense. But if anybody has the opportunity and go and watch the Terrell show, he did an interview with him. I'll probably watch that interview 5 or 6 times. Super creative,
Mm-hmm.
just amazing. Have you saw that episode?
No, I have not. I
I'll
have not.
send it to you. You will absolutely love it, Molly Music. Just amazing. So you know what? We're always on the same frequency. I say to everybody, whatever you do frequently
Mm-hmm.
becomes your frequency. And my brother and I, we just seem to be on the same frequency. I just have to share something that came to mind. Um, when I called my brother, originally when I was hesitant to call him to ask him, hey, I know it's last minute, do you want to come on? He shared some stuff with me, which I won't go into detail, but the point is, not only were we on the same frequency, we were trying to communicate with each other at the same time. And he confirmed it when he was like, look, here's the text message. I'm thinking in my head. So I say all of this to anybody, get to that frequency because frequency is where it's at. Everything is energy. When you're on the same level, you connect on the same level. Frequency. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. But we people though. We people.
yes, absolutely. I love it. I love it. The same people that have been those corners if we got to.
Okay. Say, say it.
So,
What?
my second theme song, I mentioned it on my first season during the zero episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot, when I say I cannot get enough of this because it rings true every time in every dimension of what I have to do, it is Janet Jackson's Funny How Time
Mm-hmm.
Flies When You're Having Fun. Oh my gosh, like that is so true. When you're having a good time, when you're engaged in something that's high frequency and it really resonate with you, before you know it, you're like, it's time to go. It's done. I'll give you a prime example. My son in March, he went on the Black College Tour with Pastor Kelsey West. Shout out to Pastor Kelsey West for what he's doing for our children.
Absolutely.
And I dropped him off. My daughter went with my ex-husband, and I was like, I'm going to Cali.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for only 2.5 days.
Mm.
I felt like I was there for a whole week.
Mm.
Funny how
Mm-hmm.
time flies.
Mm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
having fun.
And
So,
the lyrics to that, song, I don't know where it all went. Time passed us by. Just when you think the fun begins.
woo!
You know what I'm saying? It's a sensual song, but
Yes,
the sensuality brings a calming vibration, and it makes you relax. So that is one of the most relaxing songs that you have. It's been remade, especially in the jazz circles, in so many different instances. Till it's not funny. I think Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis produced that, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, you're
Uh,
correct.
so yeah, they are. Shouts out to them too. They have done some music, but Janet, that song was meant for her.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And if I can just say, and I think I mentioned it on my first season, when I want to feel sexy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like, can't nobody tell me nothing. That song in at night, midnight, with a nice drink,
Mm-hmm.
super sexy, but it also can be the
Mm-hmm.
middle of the day,
Mm-hmm.
super fun. Like it is layers to this song. It's just what how you want to pull those layers out.
Hey, and shouts out to Carlea, the Queen of Soul, KCP, for the Quiet Storm work that she did, where she made sure Janet had that song was on Quiet Storm, rocking and socking. So yeah, yeah. Try
I love that. I love that. Yeah, shout out to Carlea. Yes, for sure. But that
1.5 now. So yeah,
oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna have to get her on so we can talk about her journey.
yeah,
So
absolutely. She's on the jazz station now, 91.5. Or the last time I listened to it, she was one of the anchors of
oh,
radio station. So yeah, shouts out.
I would love to. No, speak those things that are not as though they are. We're
They
gonna
are.
have Carlea on this episode or one of these episodes. But
Right.
yeah, that song just it just takes my breath away. And guess what? Last thing, it's timeless.
Yes. Absolutely. Most good music is. Most good
Yes.
music is.
So I'm throwing it back to you. Your number three. What's your third one?
My third one, okay. Well, before I throw my third one, I want to give an honorable mention one. This is from a rock band called Coldplay. It came out in 2002, and the song is "God Put a Smile on My Face." So
Woo!
it's a rock song, but it has soul to it. And the lyrics is where we go nobody knows. I have to say I'm on my way down. God gave me style, God gave me grace, God put a smile on my face. And once again, this is Coldplay, this is a rock band, this is their second album that they put out, and this was 2002, but it's called God Put a Smile on My Face. Just putting it out there because some people need to know, like, there's other genres of music that have things that we can really grab to. So I just wanted to make that as a mention because it really is one of my other tried and trues. But my third that I really want to put
I
on,
just want to say thank you because it's about opening up your realm of perspective and seeing things from different ways. So thank you for sharing that.
yeah, that song rocks. It rocks too. When you hear it, like if you feeling down, you realize like, man, God is blessing me. Like I can complain about things, but I'm not perfect. And it says, if you can work it out, then basically good for you. I'm still trying to work it out. I don't know, but I do know God is giving me this grace and giving me a smile to be able to go through my days or my life. So it's a wonderful song. But I will, for my third song in season 2, you had a young lady that made mention of this artist, Solange, or Solange, however you want to pronounce it. And she was saying "Cranes in the Sky" was her song. Well,
Whew.
that album was wonderfully produced. That came out in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. The song that is one of my theme songs is called Borderline, an ode to self-care. It was produced by Q-Tip of A Tribe Called Quest, and it's
Ooh.
basically about, and now it's kind of a song about two people coming to the table and saying, look, we got a stressful life, things are happening, but we need to just take some time to disconnect from all of these things, and we need to, just center ourselves, chill out. But to me, it's my mind speaking to my heart in their
Ooh.
conversation, because my mind is fighting for one thing, my heart is fighting for one thing. We both understand what the fight is, but sometimes we need to take it off, separate, disconnect, and just like we're tired. We don't want to like just say forget it. We don't want to just bow out of this fight. We don't want to just let down our sword and shield and no longer be soldiers. So in order to keep that, we need to know, like, this is the borderline. Okay, it's time to stop. It's time to disconnect. So that song, produced by Q-Tip. Once again, shout out to Solange for creating such a beautiful song. But once again, it's called Borderline, an ode to self-care.
Wow. And that goes back to discovering you.
Mm-hmm.
But that is so powerful because it talks about the heart in certain communities, what it is versus the mind,
Mm-hmm.
and how it has to be in harmony with each other because it will. Your
Mm-hmm.
heart says one thing, your mind says another thing. And I think that's a spiritual walk that we all have to battle. Like, for example, you may love this man that's no damn good. He is not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
But your mind is like, it's time to move on. So that battle is a real battle. And thank you for sharing that with me and with the audience. And it
Yeah.
gives someone something to think about.
Yeah, like I said, the song is about a relationship with her and her partner, and it's them basically calibrating each other, like saying, "Baby, like I know you're tired, I'm tired. Like, let us take it off. Let us separate our fights for right now, and let's just be." And it's about, everything is balance in life. You know what I mean? You can fight so much you forget to rest. You can rest so much you forget to get up and fight. And so it's really about the balance of things. That's why I'm glad she put in there, it's an ode to self-care, because it's about yourself. And sometimes caring for you is caring for your partner as well.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. I think it's wonderful. Um, for me, this theme that was given to me back before my second season in is constantly re activating itself and saying, hey, yes, take care of you, discover what you need. So I love that. And in relationships too, we need to know we have to take care. And sometimes you're like, what are we fighting for? Do we really love each other? Can we just put this down for a minute? Is it really that serious? Because if I leave, is it really better out there?
Mm-hmm. But not only that, but don't be afraid to question it. Don't be afraid to evaluate it. Don't be afraid to say, okay, this may not serve its purpose anymore. But if it's not serving its purpose anymore, is it because I'm being selfish, or is it something I'm not seeing? That's why you have to stop sometimes. That's why you have to pause sometimes. That's why you got to question sometimes. That's why you have to reevaluate and discover you.
Yes,
It's
yes.
all a process. There's no perfect antidote to it. It's all for ourselves uniquely to go through, for our stories and our testimonies and our gifts to be able to flow through. You
Yeah.
know,
I agree. I think what you said is very profound, and again, like you said, discovering you, you know which way to move for you,
correct.
and then once you know about you, collectively, you can work with other people. But
Yeah. And it might not be for other people. Your choices and decisions may not be what your friends make or your parents make or your family makes. But if you feel genuine in it and it's in your purpose, and once again, it may be for a moment, just like our theme music can be for moments. This may be a moment in time for you to learn something and see something that you can take and be able to have it as a concrete evidence. Like, I've been there, I've done that. This is my testimony, and this is what works for me.
Yes.
You can share that with somebody, or this is why this didn't work for me and just meant. But don't be afraid to go on your journey. Don't be afraid to, ask those questions and seek.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Very profound. Thank you for sharing.
Mm.
Again, this is why I always have my brother on.
This is why I'll always be with my sister.
You so funny.
Uh,
Well,
Back to you.
okay, my last one. I always have to set mines up. So one of my favorite movies, Mo Better Blues.
Uh,
And this song, I heard it and fell in love with it before I knew who it was.
mm-hmm,
And I'm just going to set the atmosphere. So originally when I heard it, I saw it on the movie and it was the backdrop of a wedding
mm-hmm,
and how the sun was just setting and the fireworks going off and people engaging in laughter and celebration, and you hear a love supreme,
mm-hmm,
a love supreme, and even before that you hear shh,
mm-hmm,
and then it goes it's all instrumental, so I'm gonna use my ability the best I can, and then you hear a love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme,
uh-huh,
a love supreme. And I fell in love with that song. I have to give Spike Lee credit. The visual that he connected with that is so amazing. If you think I'm joking, go watch Mo Better Blues. And
mm-hmm,
in that particular one, you will go, oh, I get it. It gave to me so many essence of what life is, because she was pregnant, they were celebrating a wedding, people that may have had some conflict with each other were now engaging and was together as friends and enjoying the company of everyone. And when I think maybe 15 years ago, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna look, and I found out the Love Supreme is by John Coltrane, which is fabulous jazz. And not only that, the song he wrote it, or he gave it as a tribute to God.
mm-hmm.
And how better could it be? A love supreme,
Right.
love
And,
supreme.
and that song has so many Afrocentric rhythms in it, where he is improvising most of his horn section in that song. And to give context to it, like, not only does Spike Lee brilliantly paint a picture for you to gain an appreciation for that song, once you learn what the meaning is of that song, then you go to the movie where um, the main character went through this whole thing of trying to figure out who and what he was. He was, doing this over here, doing that
Was
over.
he the ladies' man,
He
or
was
was he a one woman man?
he was figuring it all out. He was figuring it all out. But what happened is he could not escape himself no longer.
Who
And and it was a moment where he had to decide, who are you? What do you want? And when he made that choice, he's very lucky, because she was reluctant to do it. But once again, her love for him and his, and once again, he told her in that movie, yes, I want you to save me. Yes, I need you to save me. Yes, I have my heart in my hand because I need you.
can
And
I just say this? I don't mean it, but it came to my heart.
Mhm.
What's the song by Summer? She said, "The Heart of a Woman,"
Mhm.
or uh, what's the name of
Summer
the,
Walker,
huh?
you say Summer Walker?
Summer Walker. She has a song, "A Heart of a Woman."
Heart of a Woman, that's one of her songs.
That
Hmm.
is a pivotal point in the movie
Hmm.
because of her heart. Because she could have said, "Hell no,
Hmm.
no way, don't you come back, and if you do, I'm gonna call the police if you're at my door."
Well, she did when he
She did.
actually did. She was like, you tripping. You own something else. Go on from there. But that's the point. He couldn't escape himself anymore. And that's where humility, and you remove pride. And that's mainly for a man to do at times, and say, I'm lost. It's very hard for a man to say I'm lost. But she saw how he was stripped down. He lost his music. He got hurt. He didn't have anything that made him who he was. And she knew at that point this was sincere, and that was the biggest part of it all. She knew the history of the BS, but she knew the heart of the man to be sincere. And with that, developed all of it, and that's why the love was so supreme, which led to the theme song, which led to the aesthetics of the movie, which made it that much more heightened and beautiful. So yeah, I'm with you, sis.
Yeah.
I have that album, so I know that song outside of Mo Better Blues. Autumn Serenade is on that album. It's so John Coltrane is timeless anyway. But yeah, sis, that's a good song. That's
Yeah. I love it. I love it. And just as you're saying, so also we have to work with the energy of flexibility. Um, the reason why I say that, I end up seeing a podcast. Not only do I do podcasts, I love watching podcasts. And the podcast had his wife on,
mm-hmm,
and she gave an example which is so spiritual in my perspective. So she talked about, it was this particular person came out to see Coltrane and his group or whatever, and
mm-hmm,
he saw this particular investor or whoever in the audience, and he said he began to just plan structure, like this note is this note is this, and this note is this, and this note is this. He said the lady did seem to be not interested.
mm-hmm,
Like, it's just okay. So he switched up and he began to play from the soul,
mm-hmm,
spiritually.
mm-hmm,
Everybody elevated.
mm-hmm,
So sometimes we're so caught up
mm-hmm,
in doing things exactly, and it's a gift to that.
mm-hmm.
But the bigger gift is to know spiritually when to do things a little bit different. And he said when he played it just from the heart without the structure, the people enjoyed it more.
Right. Yeah, it's like he was playing jazz because that's what he do. But that structure was not who he was.
Correct.
By self be true, he went to his authentic self, and then it shined out. But that's something that's another topic in another day. And notice how we're talking about a movie and music, which was season two, and transition, no period. But once again, when we're stuck in these boxes of who we think we are and who we are perceived to be and what people have told us and we believed it, and trying to get out of those boxes to redefine or rediscover who we are is a challenge, but it's so necessary, especially in this day and age. You know what I mean? We're living in an age of a lot of androids, a lot of things want you to sign over to be similar and simulated like everything and everyone. So finding your authentic self is that much harder, especially for children. um,
Yes.
Adults owe it to the children that are underneath us, that we're raising, that we're giving examples to be as authentic as we possibly can, so that way they can be what they need to be for themselves in this world that's coming up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because the digital world is not going anywhere.
No.
But the key to it all is to be balanced enough in the physical world that the digital world doesn't overtake you. You can still operate in that space. You can still use the tools. Because I know I'm thankful I can go on my phone and transfer some money. Before, you had to get in your car, go to the bank, stand in line, talk to the tailor, to the person, and hopefully they knew exactly what you needed to be done. If not, it extended the time. Now you can do it within 10 minutes and it's done. You don't have to say nothing to anybody. So yes, those tools are great. They're not going anywhere. I think we should all learn to elevate, but the soul cold part of who you are,
Mm-hmm.
everything is spiritual first. and then it manifests to physical. So we have to make sure we're getting outdoors more. We have to make sure we tell the people that's in our space, I love you more. We have to make sure we love on our children. We have to feed our body with food. Yeah, I love some good stuff, but your body will tell you when you gotta eat something that's green and high elevation. So all of those things ring true. I didn't mean to go on, a little tangent, but
That's all right. Hey, Dead Prez on the It's Bigger Than Hip Hop album, they have a song called Eat Healthy. And it's talking about how health is wealth. And they have a song called Discipline too. Miss Erica Badu, she'll tell you, I'm an analog girl in a digital world. That's
huh,
what you're speaking of. Once again, all of these themes, there's music, there's artists to draw you into your life in some perspective that we all need to be, researching and reaching out and just listening to. If you got YouTube, just, type in some things and let an algorithm hit you. If you got Apple Music or Spotify or, any of those streaming platforms, just listen to some music, just allow something that you haven't heard before, allow them to get introduced. There's a beautiful artist out of the UK called Ego LMA. She got a song called Give a Little, and it's
ooh,
about balance of the things that we subscribe to. You know what I mean? A wonderful artist by the name of Salt. I mean, so much music out there that is meant to identify with you in some form of your daily struggle or your daily walk, to give you inspiration. Please, y'all, that's a gift from God. Music is a gift from God. Do
yes.
not sleep on that gift. You never know what it can bring you.
I agree. I agree. I think this is been a wonderful way to one, celebrate 100 episodes, two, define the theme of discovering you, and three, it's all about the music, baby.
Indeed. Yes, indeed, sis. You're doing an awesome job weaving your themes each season, sis. Hallema, you are a jewel in this community. Thank you for bringing so many different walks of life together, from different countries, from different states, from all backgrounds. Like you just really are doing your thing, Las Vegas native, real estate representative. Your thing, don't your thing.
Thank you. And I have to throw a compliment back to you. I really am so thankful that each time again you say yes and you bring so many perspective, because you bring something or you say something, I go, things to make you go, like it gives you a different perspective, and that's how we grow. Yes, I have a perspective and I stand on mine 10 toes down, but you also stand on yours, and we do it as a dance. Like, oh, did you think about this? But did you think about this? And we always come together in that circle. And hopefully, this is an example for many other people that we can coexist, because we have had a blanket put over us, this, that we cannot work in harmony together. And we can disagree all day long or have a different perspective, but can we still come back and do it again? What's the song? Let's do it again. Ah.
Or how about Q-Tip, the abstract, has a song called Man and Woman Boogie that explains exactly what you're talking about the harmony between man and women, and how one supports the other, and how we need to be on one accord in things. Yeah,
Yes.
Woman Boogie. Yep, abstract.
I love it. I love it. Well, I have so many, just by talking to you today, even though we're doing an interview, I have so many things that I think you and I need to do. I know in person, and it will shed some light. It will heal some hearts. It will uplift some perspective in our minds. Because sometimes we have things in our mind that have locked in many, many boxes, and they're gifts. There's some amazing gifts, but they didn't lock it in one box, and then one box open, it's another lock, and it's another lock open. I want to be the one that unlocked the lock to the next lock, okay?
All right, planets. Key beat to lock. Key beat to lock. What? Key beat to lock. Well, look, we about to have a whole nother show.
Well, you guys, even though you see him on third season, this season we're gonna do many other things together. Please, please, continue to tune in to support. Just know that my international people, yes, I'm checking in my background. I got people in Germany. I got people in parts of Africa. I got UK, London. I'm not saying that as a flex. It's a small percentage, but they're tapping in and they're listening, and I'm grateful. My thing is for it to grow. I want this to be international. I would love to take this out of the States and my brother be with me and we do things together. Yes, I said my brother. Yes, I can hold my own, but I still want my brother to be with me. And again, you guys know me. I said speak those things that are not as
they are.
Okay, so we're going to claim that because it's so much learning and so much beauty, and in that process, if we can continue to share with people, people will continue to share with us.
Absolutely. Well, as we say in the hood when we're toasting, I'm not in front of you, I'm not behind you, I'm right beside you, sis. Cheers.
Well, thank you, you guys. Thank you for celebrating this time with us for 100 episodes. Thank you for listening, and remember, yes, I was on a break, but our third season starts this Monday at 7 p.m. and please tune in and check us out. You never know what we bring. And don't forget about the comments. Encourage them about the comments, about putting their themes.
Yes, please put your theme songs in the comments. Let's share your light with everybody. That's the point. It's only a little thing you have to do to shed a whole bunch of light into the world. You know what I mean? This is a platform where anybody can go on and see it. So go ahead and, as Umi says, shine your light on the world.
Woo! We cannot go out any better, you guys. Have a nice one. And as I love my favorite thing, pew, 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 pew. Thank you, brother. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Blessings to you, sis. Love you too. Anytime.
Thank you.